Hi there friends, fellow YouTubers and all my subscribers and people of the world. If you have not already seen my Moving Suns movies, strongly recommend you go back and see my original research. As of yesterday, I received the smoking gun, just going through some vids, and I was looking at the, how would you say, they were talking about enlightenment, the Galactic Light Force or whatever, and they were showing this video that they thought was Jupiter being illuminated by these people, but it's not. This is actually a sun that's just moving, and just moving through the sky. This video here is the smoking gun. NASA will never, from this day, never be able to deny that our suns and everything move. This is why astronomers can never lock on to them perfectly, because they're always in constant motion and not just expanding. The suns themselves are dragging their planets along. This one here is even creating a sundog. I don't know what it is about the sundogs, but they tend to move with the sun sometimes, from what I now know, that as you see in real time, the sundog is being taken with the sun. And it's not Jupiter, folks, by the way. The simple fact that I know it's not Jupiter is because of the fact that it's the sun moving and it's creating a sundog. Jupiter's still there, by the way, for any fellow astronomers that all know it. The ones that don't have telescopes, trust me, Jupiter's still there. What you're seeing is a second sun. That right there is a burst propelling the star into a new direction. This is the stereo behind unit. Now, with this, that's a moving sun snapped by the Hubble telescope. This is a single image. This is a moving star, and it is a moving star. That's the propulsion section of the star that you're seeing in real time. And as you can see by this photo here, many stars move. And it's just basically, there it is. Look at that propulsion. This is very important. You're going to see a lot of repeats of that propulsion, because I want you to look at the back of that image. It's a propulsion. You can see the start of it. You watch this. You see the start of that propulsion there, and then all of a sudden that field, I don't know how it does it, but it's propelling it out, and it's behind the sun. At first I thought these images could have been cut-offs and everything, and yeah, make this video viral, folks. This truth needs to be told to the world. It's not about me, it's about the truth. When I put these videos out, folks, I put them out there for the folks. This is the smoking gun that I've searched 30 years for UFO photos and different things, but my main research has been on the stars, because I could never get them in the right positions. And I couldn't work out what was going on. And one day I saw stars out there, and there's a second star out there beside another star, and it didn't belong there, and I couldn't work out what was going on. But here it is. These stars are propelling themselves, folks, and it's real. This is really happening out in our universe. To actually make the full-length video, which is what you're seeing at the moment, it took 920 shots from this section, and I basically had to put them in one by one and stretch them out and then slow them all down, and just so I could turn it into 1 minute, because when I pulled it into Movie Maker it made 6 hours, so it took a long while to slow this thing down. I've been working on this one all day. Now check this out. There's one there. That propulsion, that line flat cut off. Here it is. You can see it in real time happening. There it is, in real time happening over a period of hours. That is the sun. Now check this out. Pause that video, and if you pause it, you'll see a mechanical device. Our suns are mechanical. I now 100% believe that our suns are mechanically controlled vehicles. That is a sun moving with a sundog, which is what you're seeing here in this video. There's that propulsion you're seeing on each star. This is why I'm repeating and repeating it. There it is there. You can see that propulsion actually happening. So what I've been putting out, folks, isn't just humdrum bunch of photos. I'm putting out there real time, and now I actually have the smoking gun that I've searched so deeply for, and it's only through the Galactic Federation people that thought it was Jupiter being turned into a star, got some bad news for you, folks. If you get a telescope, Jupiter's still there. But this is what you're seeing. You're seeing a moving sun. Our suns move throughout the universe, folks. They really, truly do. Come and see what a sun does. Look at my vids. Tell your friends. Because, yes, there is a mystery of heaven. And, you know, even the Bible actually says the mystery of heaven would be revealed before God comes back. Well, here's a mystery of heaven. That our stars move in space, folks. All the religious people out there, this is part of prophecy that this would happen, that the knowledge of the universe would come. This could expand our knowledge base throughout the universe. That's two stars moving in tandem. Our stars work in tandem. And this is what people don't realise, that everything works together. And what you've got to understand, that these things happen. Now, if you go back to my latest video in regard to moving stars, you'll see 14 suns working in perfect alignment. Look at that propulsion. Look at it. Study it. Here it is in real time. It's actually really happening. Don't listen to the bullshit that they're telling you. This is real time. I'm providing you with hard evidence, folks. Here it is. Look at it for yourself. This is a star. It's gone past the camera, and the last thing it picks up is it propelling itself. This is all the people thought that Jupiter was exploding. It's not. It's a star propelling itself. Here it is again. And I'm going to play it again and again and again as I speak about it, because I need you to see it. They say repetitive motion is the best evidence. Look at this. There's the propulsion. Look at it. Here it is in real time, actually happening over a period of hours. It propelled itself away from our star. There's the propulsion in a snapshot, direct from Hubble telescope. Look at it. Look at the hard evidence. Put the evidence in front of your own eyes. Listen to what I'm telling you, because there it is. I could shut up and just let you go on and look at it, but see, I need you to think about what's really happening. This proves that our governments are lying to you. This proves that the governments have accountability, that it's now time for all the governments of the world to come clean, because they know what's been going on. They've most probably had contact with other worlds for many years. But the thing is, we've seen the photos of them. Here's the proof that they're lying to us, folks. Here is the real-time evidence. The real-time evidence. Grab this video, download it, upload it yourself. Let other people see it. Tell your friends. For God's sake, this is the news of the world, people. I put it out here for you. I don't put it out there for TV channels. I don't give a shit. I don't want any money for it. I want you to know the truth, though. You have a right to understand the truth, that our suns propel themselves. There is that real-time jet, and it was just amazing how it's the last thing that's picked up by the scope, which is absolutely amazing. These are not doctored photos. They're genuine Hubble images. You can go to Stereo Design H1, look at the dates, start them from the start date that I've got to the finish date there, and you too can go and download these images. And eventually they're going to cover them up, because they'll try and hide this one, because they try and hide everything. But to hide it, they'd have to go and totally pull Google Earth to pieces. Do what they did with the Tidite crater when I went public about the lights on the crater. Check that video out, by the way, folks, because that's a good one. There's lights on the moon. But here is a sundog being created. There's the propulsion. Here is the propulsion in real time from a different star that's already just gone past our star, and it's a little push of jet. So these are happening in space quite quickly. So Hubble is actually been lucky enough to pick these up. Now you've got to remember, because Hubble is focused there for a while, so our sun turns around and does this as well. We move with our sun as well. Other planets move with their suns. Have a check out the planet video that I've got as well, because we travel with our star. This is why I believe that the earthquakes and everything that we feel is actually us being dragged along by our own star. We are on spaceship Earth, and this video proves it, folks. We travel through the universe, whether you realise it or not. We travel at a very slow pace. I don't deny it. Look at this. This is going over most probably a day. Yeah, about a day. 2 days, actually, 3 days. Hang on, about 3 days. Yeah, about 3 days. This takes 3 days for this to happen. So this is why Hubble's been lucky enough to pick up all these images, because whenever these are happening, it happens over a slow time. So our stars move. And to move that far in 3 days, that's still a lot. That's a lot of mass. So you've got to understand that there's something going on out there that NASA didn't want you to know, and they know it, but there is the last thing that sun does. Look at it. There it is. A genuine colour Hubble image, by the way. Colour Hubble image. And here is the stereo behind. This is an actual real-time taken from 920 pics. All I've done is just put them in direct order. That's all I've done to it. Now, there again. And that star not only has moved, I couldn't work out what those other lines were at first, but that was also the sun's turning sometimes. Our suns can turn as well. There is the physical proof. You can see it in those shots. Here is the video again. It just goes along, and there's the first burst. It pumps out. And that thing you're seeing being pushed out, you'll see in other videos as well. Because, see, our sun is actually not what you think. In a couple of minutes, you're going to see a shot of the sun, and basically, our suns are mechanical devices. This pic proves it. This, by the way, this pic that you're going to see in a second is actually a NASA image as well. It's something they've analysed, but that's just the sun pushed itself out, moving. Here is the evidence. Look at those armatures on this star. Look at my other moving star videos. You'll see that they leave trails and proof that those spines are not just optical illusions. The reason why they are there moved in other sections of the photo is because it is over a period of hours. So the sun has orientated itself to a different angle, hence you see the other cross sections of light. That one must have just been at the point of thrust. That one is just a bit beyond the point of thrust. You can see the breaks in the spines, because all it is just the camera taking a photo of it at a different angle, right? So, and it's because these photos are taken over a period of hours. You can see the initial burst just happened there and pushes this out, right? And then you're going to see the burst of the star pushing itself out nice and gently, and then it just fades away and we don't see the star anymore. You can see our planets moving around us still. Notice how our planets are moving with us, right? There is two suns in perfect alignment, propelling themselves, travelling together. There is another star. Look at the jet propulsion. That is what you just saw. Look at the jet propulsion. Look how it's that flat section. You can see that general spline coming out, which you'll see in a second. See that spline coming out, and then you see the division. That must be an actual armature that comes out of the star that does that. There is the same thing again. Full colour images, folks. Now, in the process of this photo being taken, the sun has actually reorientated itself. This one's even making a sundog at the same time. This one's making a sundog at the same time. This is what has been covered up. That is the sundog. That line going up and down, that is a sundog. Right? Our stars create sundogs. And by the way, our stars all have something to do with north-south alignment. If you go to Google Earth, you look at the alignment of those cross beings. There is something to it. That is something that for another video, and I have discussed in other videos, but I just want you to look at the repetitiveness of this image that is repeating itself. You look at this pic, you see that push out of the back of the star. Then all of a sudden, here it is in real time over a period of 3 days it takes for this to happen. So that's why in some of the images like that, those splines are in different positions because the camera has taken the shot in a different shot. So it's got to do, anybody knows anything about photography, it's time-lapse. because it's been there for a long period of time, that second splines are in different positions and everything. That's why it happens. But there it is. You're looking at the actual splines happening. There's the spline out there. It pushes out, shoots out the jet propulsion. There it is there in real time, the jet propulsion of the star. Right? It must be so powerful. This is most probably the so-called, how would you call the solar flares that we experience. I believe that's our sun propelling itself. I don't think they want to, I don't know, I don't think they want you to know the truth, because here it is, evidence, hard evidence for you to see yourself in real time in a court of law. In a court of law, this would have to be considered as 100% positive proof, unrefutable evidence. Here it is for you to view at your pleasure. There is the burst of energy from that little star. And you notice that I have just cut that section of the star away so it just doesn't go through it. Here is the full vid for everybody to see, so they can't say that I didn't leave it all there. I have included in the thing. Here it is there. There's the sundog. It's getting closer to us. Now this is over a great period of days. This is why every now and then you see a second sun when you see our sun, because there's a star moving past it. These stars move around our universe so higgledy-piggledy, there's a burst from our sun. And I do believe this sun is affecting our sun as well. So this could explain all these heat variances that we've had recently, the floods, the disasters, all the problems with the weather. It's amazing to actually just see it. Here's the burst again, and you'll see everything just happening. And this is real, folks. That burst of energy you have seen is the sun propelling itself. Make this video viral. Show it to your friends. Don't let NASA cover this evidence up. This evidence needs to be given to the whole world. Don't let NASA cover this one up, people. This is the truth and the mystery of heaven really revealed to you. Thank you. I'm Anthony Avery. Goodbye.